week 5. Science has 2 experiments again, both in the Van Cleves books, number 13, Expanding, and number 16, In and Out. So for number 13, Expanding, we are just going to need a balloon, permanent markers, and then a handheld mirror. So I don't have the permanent markers to show, but we'll have the black ones will likely show up best, so I'll bring those to the class. Each student will have their own balloon, and each class will have 4 of the handheld mirrors. So my thought with that is you can just get them to partner up, and then they can watch the balloon being blown up. So one partner can hold the mirror and the other one can blow up the balloon. That might work better in the older classes. In the younger classes, depending upon if they can blow up the balloons themselves, you might want to have some kind of guidelines around that, so you're not having to blow up a bunch of slubbery balloons. But they can still each get a balloon and mark it, and then if they know how to blow up a balloon, they can blow that up themselves. If a parent is going to do it, then after they mark it, the parent can blow it up, and they can watch as their balloon gets blown up. What we're trying to, what there's going to notice when the balloon is getting blown up and the dots are expanding is that the dots that are near the top and the bottom aren't going to expand as much as those around the middle, because the balloon doesn't expand the same all the way around. All right, so the parts in the middle will expand more. And relating that to the galaxy. So the universe. So the balloon is representing the universe, and the dots represent the galaxies there. That's kind of it for materials and discussion for that experiment. There's number 16, the in and out. This one, we need a string, so we'll have lots of string. We'll have an empty spool of thread. I didn't have an empty one on hand, so mine's just a regular one, which works fine for this. And then we need a roll of masking tape, and the experiment says a spoon, but from what I've been hearing is that the spoons sometimes will fly off, so people have suggested just a nut instead, so that it can be secured a little bit better. Be sure that you tie the knot on very, very well, and students are away from each other, so there's a lot of space. As directors were talking about this experiment, I guess several of them were hitting themselves in the head while they're doing this. So you can decide if it is something that you yourself just want to demonstrate and the students don't do it, or if you have a group that you think can manage that, then they can just take turns and try it, just making sure that they're in control and one at a time and or have enough space around them so they aren't hitting each other in the head. But yeah, just to make sure that when you're doing it, hold the bolt up over top of your head so you don't get hit. And if you just start it off small, and then as it goes further and further out, it'll hold the tape up in the air there. So just make sure, like I said, just make sure your arm is extended up nicely over your head, and you shouldn't have too many problems with hitting yourself. And so that's it for materials for week number 5.